All right, good evening everybody. Welcome to another Livin Freestyle game dev live stream. My name is Kevin and we do this twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings. But what is this? It's basically an AMA Q&A, hop in, ask questions about game dev, development, visual scripting, blueprints, whatever it is that we could potentially help with. Hopefully, I have my desktop audio. I don't. So not much I can do about those Windows notifications, but anyways, like I said, we're doing these twice a week. Currently, I'm fortunate enough to work in game dev. I currently work at in R&D at Riot Games, and I am a tech artist. And so I have, hopefully, it puts me in a good position to be able to help both sides of the fence from a both creative and from a technical standpoint. Now, I wish I could tell you that tonight's stream is going to be riveting, but it's not. I am deep in the throes of a painful upgrade to 5.1. And so I've been working nonstop since the last stream trying to finish the upgrade to 5.1. We have actually gotten pretty close, but we're at the point now where Unreal launches And now we're chasing down all the blueprint bugs that happen as a result of the switch. So there weren't any questions that I saw in any of the previous comments or chats that we didn't get a chance to answer. So we're also looking like it's going to be a quiet evening this evening. So we're going to be doing a lot of diffing, a lot of rebuilding. The one thing I am super excited about is it looks like our build times have become way more reasonable with our upgrade to 5.1. So it's basically, once we find a bunch of stuff, we try to plug it in, fix it, and it's just a couple minutes to do a rebuild and relaunch. So with that, let's hop into Unreal and diffs and the paint. All right, so first things first, basically launch Unreal. First thing I do is press play, prompts me, there's a bunch of blueprints that have errors. And right now we're down to 2, 4, 5 blueprints with errors. Find health error has to do with getting a pickup template. The loadout check also has to do with the pickup template. So if we can fix that, hopefully we can fix 2 of them. Weapon location. Don't actually see the error in here right now. Maybe it's in the event graph. Oh, here we go. Also pickup template, so hopefully that's 3 of them. Pickup is going to be that, and shooter mannequin. Where is the error in here? Make this a little bit more reasonable. And let me double check that we are streaming what we think we're streaming. We have our mic proper. Yep, okay. I think we're all right. Okay. So where's the error in here? Here we go. Is pawn ready to initialize? Okay. This no longer exists. This got renamed. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. This upgrade from 5.0 to 5.1, Antius, if Antius was in here, was not joking. It is a like a whole lot of stuff changed. On pawn ready to initialize. I'm gonna have to take a look at this. This one's sort of confusing to me, and I need to figure out what this is. I think the spawn extension component, this should be the pawn extension component. Okay, let's see. So here we go. This is what we've been doing for 3 days. If we go back and we take a look at, I believe it's probably under character, the pawn extension component. This is why Perforce is so helpful in situations like this. If we diff this is everything that changed in just the .h file from 5 to 5.1. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so ready to initialize is gone. But let's see if we can figure this out. Hold on, this is the pawn ready to initialize? Show pawn again next frame. What I'm curious about ability system, that's a U property. Voids on pawn ready to initialize and is pawn. So here's where it used to be. And it doesn't look like it's like that anymore. All right, so now this is where it gets even more entertaining. What I'm curious, what I've been doing as a reference is I also have a separate copy of the new Lyra starter game in 5.1 that I've been using as a reference to see what kinds of changes they've been making to the blueprints. So let's open that one up and see what they're doing in the shooter mannequin at the start of the show. Okay, so game debug, loading up. Here we go. All right, so that's gonna kick off. While that's kicking off, we're gonna fix, hopefully, this iPickupable def. We basically need to change this to be blueprint read write on our U properties of edit anywhere. We need to make sure we are working in the right one. here we go. This is edit anywhere. This is the iPickupable in our perf forestry. Oops. Hold on, did I accidentally get, I got the eat. Blueprint read bar. Okay, so we should be able to do that. And this for both of these. Let's save this. Let's refresh this diff. That looks good. So you can see in here, this is a great example when I say everything changed. Even the declaration of the object pointers, you know, it used to be a pointer and then they changed them to, it looks like a casted T object pointer. Unfortunately, my C++ is not good enough to properly tell you what that is. All I know is that like everyone changed. So good. Okay. Also mad respect for our engineering team at work, because part of the reason I'm doing this now is I try to stay in sync with the version we're using at work. And, you know, we've made that transition to 5.1 and I had no idea what they were doing and dealing with. Oh my goodness, it is nuts. Okay, so let's finish our iPickupable changes first. So that finishes the .h. Let's check the .cpp and see if there's anything in here. Get iPickupable from actor info. That is a whole, I'm on the fence about what to do about this one. This one was literally pickupable to pickup. It's just a name change. The second one, that one doesn't worry me. This first one, it's interesting. They got rid of this function in Lyra. It used to be get iPickable from actor info, and now it's get first pickupable from actor, which is interesting. It does almost the same thing. Yeah, I mean, it does almost the same thing. So I think anywhere where we were using get iPickable from actor info, we would just swap it for get first. And we'll do that. So I think we're good on the CPP file here. Now let's take a look and see what they changed in Shooter Mannequin, just as a reference point. Shooter Man. All. E-Hero Shooter Mannequin. I was thinking pretty hard about this. Okay, we'll dock this here. All right, now. Oh, look at this. So hide the actor until it's initialized. So this is that one. Okay, hold on. So we're going to go back here. Hide the actor until it's initialized. Okay, all of this logic has changed a decent bit. So basically now they're registering a callback for the init state change, and then they're showing pawn on next frame until next tick set actor hidden game. So let's recreate this. So we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of this. Warning, what's this warning? It does not have a valid matching component. Interesting. I wonder, do you think we can copy and paste this? Let's see if we can just copy and paste. Grimson Gaming. Okay, how are you doing tonight? You're currently stuck on the ASL ALS, I think you're talking about the Advanced Locomotion System V4 project. Okay, cool. What is it about, what is it about the ALS V4 project that you're stuck on? Antius, dude, what is up? Just so you all don't think I'm crazy, we have Twitch viewers and we have YouTube viewers. Antius, you were not kidding about the upgrade of 5.1. It is It's just, everything is so messed up. I'm basically diffing projects trying to get my game back up and running right now. It's amazing. They changed the calls to all the object pointers and everything. It's nuts. Also, welcome both of you. Good to see you tonight. Grimson, I don't know if you heard me, but let me see if I can type it in the chat. Oh, my camera's about to die. Hold on, let me get some power. Oh. All right, for some reason, that USB port does not actually power, it doesn't have enough juice to power the camera. Oh dude, I don't know. You really think there's gonna be a nanite? So Antius is saying they're hoping for a nanite metahuman. Epic was pretty clear when they launched nanite that it wasn't happening for characters anytime soon. Well, it's funny because I'm in the process of upgrading 5.1. I just looked at the GDC stuff and they just launched the vids about 5.2. It's like, oh, please shoot me now. Fortunately though, I'm not gonna upgrade till 5.2 until they do it at work, which will probably be a very long time. Did you see, actually Antius and Grimson, you may have seen this too. When they first launched Nanite, there was this amazing Braveheart, I think it was like a Braveheart reference, and it was all about, it was basically the general gist of the video was artists hearing about Nanite, and then it was like tech artists freaking out, and I can't remember what it was. I'm not gonna search for it while we're on the stream, but it was awesome. Okay, so we were in the middle of seeing if we could actually just copy this from this project to the other project. Yeah, look, you're gonna feel like you're cheating on a lot of stuff over the next year because the speed at which AI, all of this stuff is coming online is gonna dramatically change the landscape. Our ability to do projects like your Glory stuff is, I don't think people truly understand what exponential growth means. It's gonna be a crazy year. Okay, so what we're going to do, lead mark. Oh, I see. Okay, so let's just get rid of these two. And let's see if we can just paste this in here. It pasted. I mean, it pasted. Warning. What's the warning? Okay, well let's delete the warning and let's just drag off here and make an event. Create an event. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's just add a custom event. Event. Add a custom. Okay, and I'm gonna name the custom event the same that they did over here. What? Okay. Go on. Oh, they've already got it. No. This must exist somewhere already. Ah, okay, there it is. Then this thing really actually needs to connect down here for me, but it doesn't want to. Interesting. Okay, so let's Interesting, it won't let me do that. Okay, so hold on, I got two conversations going. Inside, what did you get a chance to see the last blog? Had some videos that I'm currently working in the cemetery. No, I didn't actually see the last blog. I'll check it out after the stream tonight, though. I'll check it out after the stream. Chris Murphy, welcome. Nana saves VR stuff, so helpful, yes. And I'm actually hoping it's not just VR stuff. My hope is that as a result of the reduction in draw calls in Nanite, we are actually less limited or constrained, or maybe stressed is a better word, about draw calls and characters. And we can do a lot more cool things like fulfilling player fantasies with, you know, customized player characters, because we don't have to stress about packing all those textures and everything into one sheet, because now we've saved so much in draw calls for the environment. Maybe we could steal at least 2 more for the character. That would be cool. Yeah, the AI stuff right now, Chris, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Does anybody have any specific questions they want to go over? I know we also posted our first introduction to scripting for creatives. If anybody has some intro scripting questions, I had opened up this AMA as a chance to ask questions around that stuff too. So feel free to throw those in there. Well, I try to figure out why I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so register and call in its state by delegate. Select the function. Nope, that's not what I want. It's interesting. There's something wrong that this show pawn next frame, it's not happy with. So we're gonna try to remake it. Okay, so that looks good. All right, and so what we're going to try to do is let's just add a custom event. And we're going to call it show pawn next frame. Ah, did not freak out. Now, interestingly enough, so now we can take this and plug it into here, but we need to be careful because a bunch of stuff changed. So literally all they're doing is they've got the show pawn, delay tick, and they set the actor hidden in game. All right, whereas what we're doing is we're delaying until the next tick. Then we do a lot of other stuff. So what do we do? We get the player controller, we're branching on death location. And if we get it, then we're setting the actor location, and then we set the visibility. Ooh, I just blinked on, oh, that's the lead marker visibility. And I think, okay, so this is gonna be a great opportunity for us to try to diff a blueprint. Let's save this. Ah, we're not connected to source control. Come on. Okay, connect. Perforce. Step. Step. Wait, what? Hold on a second. Something's weird with source control. Yeah, uh-oh. Failed to save. It sends a save asset again. Continue. Following asset failed to save correctly. Oh, Nelly. Something funky is going on because of our switch to 5.1. Thank you very much, Chris. I appreciate that. You all were awesome about sending some feedback over. I've got to figure out. I think a couple things that I got for feedback on that class. Antes, just so you know, I hopped in and helped out as an AMA for CG Pro last week. But the hard part is a couple bits. One was maybe it was a little too advanced for some people. Got to figure that one out. And I know what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is, I have so much to do. So I have basically what I've got is we have the intro Python class that's going right now. Class 2 should be out this week. At the same time, we're kind of doing these addendums, but I think I'm going to spin off the addendums and we're going to rerun the class in Python in Unreal separately. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a third version of the class, which is Intro to Visual Scripting for Creatives, which will basically be the exact same thing as the Introduction to Python class, starting from level 0, and then just works its way through the exact same things, introduction to events and functions and variables and all those things, just step by step, just like we're doing with the Python class, except with visual scripting, which would be 100% applicable to Unreal. And I'm hoping that will help some of the people that had that feedback, which is cool. So, but I appreciate you all sending your feedback over. That was great. Okay, so we are currently trying to figure out why we can't save this file, and I'm wondering what's going on. So let's whoa, I can't even browse to this asset? That's kind of wild. Something really funky is going on. Shooter, man. All right, so let's show this in Explorer. And what I'm curious about is if we look at this in Perforce directly, can we check it out? What in the world? Something is very broken with our Perforce. And I don't know what it is. It's actually, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a little bit scary. Okay, so let's look at the paths here. The paths here is, we have one that is in D. Oh, bummer. Why does it think that? Okay, so you can see the difference. All right, we have one that looks like it's looking at D, Dropbox, parentheses, all this stuff. And then for some reason, the Lyra project is looking at D, Anim Rigs, Dropbox. I am okay, we're not gonna save anything. We're going to kill this. We're not going to save this. And then let's see if we can do a search. Okay, we're going to try to hack this. Okay, and let's do a search through our entire source tree for Anim Rigs, because I'm wondering if we can reset the path in the project file. Nothing. That's sort of a bummer. Okay, let's try this. Let's do a search, find in file. Nope. I want to look for Anim Rigs. And let's look at a folder instead. And the folder we're going to look in is our Perforce folder. P4 Lyra. Let's search in here. Find all. More than 1,000 results were found. Cancel search. Oh, look at this. All of our modules in our Lyra starter game manifest are... Oh my goodness. Why is this different? Okay, Paul, welcome to the stream tonight. Let's see here. Juggling both chats and a busted Unreal. All right, my challenge with learning Unreal is I still haven't been enjoying it at all that much for its own sake. It still feels like it means going into the creative part. I'm actually excited. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, you could say the same thing about Maya when you first start with Maya as well. I'd like to believe that there's a way to create games that's pure fun, start to finish. You know what? I actually, Hot Sauce, welcome to the stream tonight. Actually, Paul, I think that is, I think that is a fair assessment to a certain extent. I don't think that's necessarily unfounded at all. You know, I think it's a pretty cool conversation point. So when you first started in, you know, if you happen to be in visual effects or film or whatever, the first time you open Maya, it's pretty daunting, right? It's just like any other tool. The first time you sat down as an in-betweener, as an animator, trying to keep up with the keyframers and all that thing, also pretty daunting. Unreal is a beast of a program. There's just so, it's every discipline. It's literally every discipline, VFX, you know, design, engineering, tech art, animation, all thrown into one massive beast of a program. So that in and of itself is daunting. Combined with, it's deep and it's just a different way of thinking. So I think it's fair to say that it's hard not to think about Unreal when you're starting off. I think that's totally a fair statement. It's funny because as I read your comment, I'd like a way to create games that's pure fun. When I think about that, literally the first thing that pops into my mind is Roblox. And I know you're like, what, Roblox? But when I watch, you know, 12-year-olds and younger who are making custom game modes, they're not doing that because it's a grueling experience. They're doing that because they're having a good time doing it. And so as a result, I feel like, and I've seen some pretty cool game modes for Roblox. They basically have they must have a pretty amazing setup for the UGC content. I just saw a first-person shooter setup for Roblox that looked just like you were playing Wolfenstein. It looked pretty intense. So Roblox isn't necessarily limited to just blocky characters that do stuff. It was basically a full-on tac shooter that looked pretty incredible. So anyways, it's interesting. I don't think that's unfair. I think it's reasonable. Unreal's a beast. That being said, I will say that with good use of, you know, sample projects and startups and things like that, you could probably get some pretty cool stuff done, especially, you know, things that you can't do, for example, in Roblox, things especially around stuff like virtual production and visualization. So hopefully, I don't know, but fair comment, I believe. Hot Sauce, you would like to use Python to help rig in UE5 control rig. I imagine you can do that. I have not tried that. So I think, Hot Sauce, I think you're going through the intro Python course. I think that would be a cool end goal if you're just starting with Python. And the end goal, I don't think you were here earlier when we were talking. The end goal for you would be kind of like in that intro class I was talking, an animator would have the end goal of making an arc tracker, for example. Your end goal might be to build control rig using Python or create tools that help you with control rig and Python in Unreal. And I think as a point of reference, there's two things that might help. One is, I was just telling Antius and the others that I'm going to spin a little bit differently the Python addendums for the intro classes, and I'm going to take the plunge and try to figure out how to do all the stuff we're doing, building houses and things like that in Python, and that's going to be more what the addendums are about. I think that may potentially help you. And then, yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. Yeah, Paul, if the goal is to learn game dev, I think you might. Chris Murphy, I would think that AI could be integrated into software so that when you get stuck, just explain it in a prompt and ta-da, done. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't. Okay, so I use AI all the time now. I'm trying to wrap my head around how often and where, but like I've tried a couple times just to see how well it does with Unreal programming and stuff, and I haven't actually tried ChatGPT 4 yet, but you know, I was pretty impressed. It did a pretty good job. Welcome, Mr. Heartless. Welcome to the stream. So the AI did a really good job in the sense that it actually produced a behavior tree, or it actually produced a blueprint. It's a lot like the art right now, where it's able to kind of produce a thing, but it's not able to kind of iterate on it at this point from what I was able to get going. But I'm still using AI. So some of the cool ways that I use AI is, like, for example, I'll use it to transcribe the videos. So I'll take it, drop it in the AI, transcribe all the videos, and then I have a bunch of different prompts to generate summaries and things like that, titles, searchable content, because I'm trying to I'm really bad at social media. This is not my thing in general, and so I'm trying to find ways to spread the word about the channel so we can hopefully keep doing this, you know, as often as, you know, basically just continue doing this as much as possible. And there are things like proper descriptions, proper summaries, chapter marking that I'm using, just all that stuff that AI is helping me do much faster that I wasn't even doing before. So there's definitely some cool use of AI, and that doesn't even include the game side. I just for fun, the other thing I was doing with the AI the other night, I was curious. I asked the AI, I was like, what kinds of tax advantage investments can you come up with for, you know, a tax deferred type payment savings and stuff? Dude, I'm telling you, did a pretty good job. There were some pretty interesting ideas in there. So I don't think anybody understands what exponential growth means. I don't think people have really wrapped their heads around what this actually means. And so, for example, oh, Waleed, welcome. It's one of those things that when they say exponential growth, if you count to 1,000 every day, to get to 1 million, I think it's something like 247 days. If you do that same thing for 1 billion, it's like 2,000 plus years. So it's exponential growth is going to blow everybody's mind. And I know there's a lot of discussions around AI and proper use of AI and responsible use of AI and all that stuff. But I think it has the potential to help smaller teams build just amazing stuff that wasn't possible before. So this is gonna be a wild ride. The next year, 2 years, it's gonna be insane to watch. Okay, so back to our current woes. Right now, it looks like for some reason, it looks like our entire Unreal solution is referencing a different location on disk than Perforce as a result of our upgraded 5.1. So Antius is in Twitch, and Antius says, ChatGPT still didn't pick the Powerball numbers for me, so I'm waiting for the next gen. That's awesome. I love it. All right, so let's do a diff on this JSON file. I want to see what exactly is going on with this. Copy the full file path. Let's hop over here into, yeah, see, it can't even find it. All right, where is this file? This file is in Lyra intermediate build rules. Interesting. Oh, I don't think we checked in the intermediate stuffs. Oh, this could make this hard. Build rules. Yeah, we didn't check it in. Oh no. Dare I try to change the Perforce workspace? I mean, that could be really dangerous. I mean, really dangerous. Let's see if it looks, let's see how scary this looks. If we edit our current workspace. Okay, I can't risk this. Here's what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna check everything in. I know, it's crazy. Because we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We have to finish this upgrade to 5.1. Otherwise we can't do the fixes. So let's just check it all in. Just for safety. This is gonna be 5.1 mostly working. I mean, it launches, right? That's something. Okay. And then I'm going to try to change the workspace. So let's go ahead and shut down Unreal. Wait, which one is this? Okay, this is the current Lyra 5.1 game, which is cool. We're keeping this up as reference. So let's go back here. We can close this down. And we're not using Perforce here. So let's do this. Let's go and we have everything checked in. Let's check this in too. Browse to show in workspace tree. We're gonna check these in and check them right back out. First, let's close the project. Bummer. I guess I didn't really need to close the whole solution, but all right. So let's submit these. We'll keep this project files. We're gonna add this 5.1, submit. Let's check these back out and then immediately relaunch 2022. Oh yeah, yep. And then while we're doing that, let's edit our current connection. Wait, what did I just click? Why does it seem scary? Oh, I know why. It's still uploading all of the pending files. What's the status on that? Yeah, so wait a minute. No, it's not. Okay, so let's send this to a different change list. Project files. Okay. So connection. Edit current work. Is it just popping in the background? Alright, let's just relaunch her. Whoa. Yes. What is it doing? It hasn't shown me what's going on yet. So, Mr. Heartless, I was actually, just before you got here, I was saying we're going to split up the intro Python course a little bit. I'm actually going to do 3 courses, sort of. We're going to keep the intro Python with Maya and everything like that, run through the whole thing. We're going to change the Unreal addendums to basically try to do the exact same thing, but in Unreal with Python. And then we're going to run a third version of it, which is this visual scripting for creatives version of it, where everything we do, we're going to do with blueprints instead. I'll get that all done this week, I'm sure. All right. Y'all, actually, I meant to ask y'all, how is the music level for the stream? Is it too loud? Is it just right? Okay, good. All right, great. We are still just kind of stuck right now. I'm wondering, while we're here, actually while we're waiting, let's see what else they changed in this hero shooter mannequin. Listen for the teams. Cosmetic changes looks the same. Character parts looks the same. Oh, interesting. They added a clear inventory. I don't remember that being there before. What is clear inventory? Clear inventory does what? Inventory manager. Remove all items from the quick bar. Remove all items from the inventory. Oh, I wonder if they added some new inventory stuff for us. Interesting. You know what? Let's kill our Dropbox too, so that it's not eating our bandwidth. Okay, so syncing to pause there. I believe that perforce. Oh man, we're stuck in a really bad state right now. Did anybody have any other questions while we're waiting to come out of this state? What it's doing. You know what? I'm gonna risk it. We're gonna kill perforce. Task manager style. I mean, do you think it takes that long to submit 700 text files? Is Python, so Hot Sauce is asking, for those of you on Twitch, is Python better than visual scripting in UE5? My initial gut reaction to that is no. But it also depends on who you're talking to and the goal of what it is you're trying to achieve. So what I mean by that is this. One of the greatest things about visual scripting is it is way more accessible to artists and creatives than Python, for example. The other thing is it's all kind of like right there in front of you. It has a flow through its node base. It's very user friendly. Python requires an outside editor. You're gonna have to source your files and things like that. And also remember, the Python libraries in Unreal really didn't come in till late in the 4s. And there are still things in there that aren't totally buttoned up, I would say. For example, I think I mentioned in one of the previous videos, I was trying to make changes to a skeleton in Python. No matter what I did, I couldn't get it to stick. I switched to C++ and I was able to get it, like, exact same code, exact same logic, and it stuck right away. So let's just pretend that Python was fully mature and awesome. I still think visual scripting, I personally would much rather, for game dev and all those things, do visual scripting than Python, with the exception of heavy automation, I think. Okay. I wonder if there's a way. Yeah, we're just gonna end it. Oh, please don't hate me. Okay. Cross your fingers, y'all. I would use Python, for example. I would use Python in Unreal 4 to automate scripting tasks. Jeez, that's a genius statement. I would use to automate like import tasks and asset tasks. So for example, and also updates. So a great example is, let me think. you need to re-import all the animations in your game for a specific character because a bone position changed, joint position changed. Okay, well, you could go into Unreal and do all of that, or you could run a Python script that does that, right? A Python script potentially could even auto-detect that the bone position changed in the source file and auto-update all those things. Also, let me give you another great example. As you're working through your production, artists are importing source files, right? Animations, static meshes, all these things into your game. And then they realize, I don't need that one. Or, yeah, they realize, we're not going to use that one. They delete the FBX. They delete the source asset file, but they don't delete the asset in game. So now you have this asset in game that is probably not being used, or if it is being used, it's being used and there is no record of the source file. So how do you get back to that if you need to in a pinch? So in that case, you can write Python that will go through every animation sequence in Unreal, check locations on disks to make sure that the FBX files for each of those animations is available. And if it's not, it could generate reports for you saying as such. So it'll just dump out all the information that says all these animations are missing source assets, right? So that's another one. A lot really good for automation stuff. Okay, so this opened back up and theoretically this stuff is checked in, but let's just double check our history. Tools, view, history. 5.1 mostly working, best comment ever. So let's do this. Connection, edit current workspace, and let's see if this will work. Oh, please don't regret this. Okay, so wait, this is supposed to be, look at what this is called. Okay. Okay. Copy latest version of all map files to new directory. Hold on. I don't know if I want to click this button. Before we do, we are looking this up. What is this at? Copy latest version of all map files to the new directory. We are definitely looking this up. Internet, save us. Copy latest version of all mapped files to new root directory. Wait a minute. Okay, so what is this doing? So I have a perforce workspace root set to da. I need member to da. If I do this, okay, I don't think I want to do this. I don't think I want to do this because if I look, let's just double check. There's something really wacky happened with the way. Yeah. Okay. So for some reason, at some point, Dropbox did this super weird thing where it created a shortcut, and this one is just animation rigs Dropbox, and this one is Dropbox. And it does this because they did this because of something weird with the business stuff. But these files exist in both places. Dropbox. Hold on, let me double check. Oh no. It doesn't exist in both places. This is. Okay, hold on. We need to don't copy. Connection, edit current workspace. That is not where we need to browse to this. Let's browse to this. Nope. K Freeman P4. Select folder. Okay. Don't copy. So the question is, do we have our files? Can we check things in and out? So let's do a quick check. For a single CPP file. Let's just check gameplay tags. Can we check this out? Okay. submit, test, submit. Okay, that worked. So let's bring back, we already brought back our 2022. Let's reopen our project. Oh, I just realized something really dumb. I wonder if we had just opened the project from the other location instead. Oh well, let's just see how this goes. Back to, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. Nope, we're good to go. Okay, so a project opens, cross your fingers, it still builds. And we did update our edit anywheres for our blueprint read write, so we needed to do this anyways. And this is what I was talking about with the upgrade from 5 to 5.1. Hopefully, something changed with the builds, and my build times went from 30 minutes down to 2 minutes on a rebuild. So hopefully, oh, but we got build errors. What is our build error? Unreal header tool. Wait, what does this say? Unable to build while live coding is active. Exit the editor. Hold on. That one's running. I wonder if it's because I have two Unreals open at the same time. So let's not save this. Let's go ahead and close down the other one. I hope this is the other one. This is the one on SQL, and yeah, I'm wondering if because we have two versions of Visual Studio and we have two versions of Unreal that we're running at the same time potentially. And now we are down to 1. So let's try that again. Okay, that looks better already. Interesting. I didn't think that those would actually conflict. All right, everybody. Since we have some time, what is everybody working on for their own game dev stuff? I know it sounds like, I know it, excuse me. For those of you that don't know, Antius joins us quite frequently over on Twitch, and their team is building Kings of Glory, it's called, right, Antius? What's your blog link? I'll share it in the YouTube channel. Oh, so you look at that. Build already finished. That's less than 2 minutes. Fantastic. Anyways, Antius is making Kings of Glory. Hot Sauce is doing UE5 for cinematic. Oh, Shadows of Glory. Kings of Glory is the Chinese game. So here's the Shadows of Glory. They have full-on like blogs and dev blogs and sprints and everything that you all can follow online. It looked like Paul was just doing all kinds of cool game stuff. And I know, I'm guessing a bunch of you are also working on cinematic. Oh my goodness. D34th. Wait. Death. Call of Duty 3. Okay, it took me a while to figure out that call sign or handle. So, Death, Call of Duty 3. Just downloaded Unreal today to try to learn some C++. Yes, I have actually that is another thing. Some of the other things that we mentioned with Python before in Unreal. Another good call out. I did have experience with it crashing as well. Oh, Death Code. Good call. Good call, Mr. Hartman. I was thinking Call of Duty. Come on, somebody could give me that, right? It's possible. Maybe you were like, you just slay at Call of Duty. I don't know. Okay. Yes, Death Code is. You're not wrong. Downloading Unreal to learn C++ though. You know what? I like it. I like it. Here's why I like it. I like it because you need to have a goal, right? And if the goal is to do cool stuff in Unreal with C++, you will get there faster having that objective than just downloading Visual Studio and trying to learn C++ independently. So absolutely, go for it. I think it's gonna be awesome. And if you're already a Python guru, you should be good to go because you already understand a lot of the principles like object-oriented stuff, inheritance, things like that. I think the biggest thing is just gonna be all the pointer and stuff fun. Okay, so back to what we were doing finally. Also, if you noted, that rebuild was awesome. So if we take a look at the shooter mannequin, here's the question. Can we check this out? Oh, dude, it worked. It worked. Okay, thank goodness. Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing before. And what we were doing before, by the way, sorry about the clap right in front of the mic. I was excited. Okay, because I didn't completely tank everything we were doing. All right, so here we were. What we were trying to do was we were trying to change this startup. Okay, we got rid of all of this. Show pawn again next frame. Set visibility on the lead. I don't even think we need this anymore either. We don't need this anymore. We can register a callback. We're gonna register the call for the init state change. Okay. And actually I'm gonna go back to, I'm gonna relaunch the other one just as a reference point for us in the background. And that's gonna be on the C drive. This should launch pretty fast. And while that's launching, I'm going to blow away this because for some reason it wouldn't let me do that. So we're going to create a new event, add event of a custom event, and this is going to be the one that we fill in. Did I switch back to my screen or am I still? Yeah, I switched back to my screen. Okay, cool. And then we're going to plug this in here, which should be cool. And we just need to make sure that we have all the right settings on this register callback. I can't remember if there was a required state here or not, and then everything else should be there. Let's just see if that compiles. It does not, and it does not compile because of what? Something different. Ooh. Okay. This is different. Let's see here. We're in the item definitions, getting all the items. This is dropping the inventory items. Okay, one step at a time, y'all. So for those of you who joined us late, basically we are in the fun state of upgrading from 5.0 to 5.1, and there were significant changes in the 5.0 to 5.1 update. I spent the last 3 days going through code. Finally, just before the stream, got it so that we can even launch Unreal in 5.1. And now we are in the fun state of tracking down all of the now blueprint errors to figure out to hopefully get back to a running state. So let's just double check. This is RC. Yep, so we'll launch this one in the background to have it as a reference. Okay, now we can't make an inventory pickup. Why is that? Wait, I took away this stuff. Took away focus. Make inventory pickup. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's got to be some setting with our inventory pickup that we're missing that allowed us to do it in our old project but not in the new one. So we need to track that down. I'm curious What did we get rid of the other errors? So, oh, that's the only error? Oh, if we can fix this one, oh, we might actually be able to run the game again. Okay, wait. Okay, I have a crazy idea. Let's do this. Let's just disconnect this temporarily. Can we compile it now? Yes, we can. Link anim class layers is unsafe to call in a construction script. This isn't okay. So here we go. Let's just take a quick look at the shooter mannequin for 5.1 in the default epic state and not our hacked up state. Where are we going? All right, and show pawn again next frame is the name of this function. So that's the first thing I wanted to make the same. Cool. Event graph, custom event. Here we go. I'm gonna rename that. Cool. Now we're good to go there. And I want to see what they're doing in the construction script here. Construction script. Nothing. Interesting. So this thing that we were doing before, where we were linking anim class layers, needs to have been moved. So let's see if we can find where that got moved to. Link anim class layer. What? Maybe not found. Find results. Is it all one word? Link anim class layer. Okay, it is all one word. So let's see where they moved that to. This got moved to the event graph. Check that out. And they're doing it in they're now doing it in the parts change. Okay, we could do that. Let's do that. I don't mind doing that. Okay, so let's just take this out of here and go to enhanced input, parts change, cosmetics. Make this box a little bit bigger. Slide this stuff over. And drop this in here. Clean it up a little bit. Let's just take all of these, line them up. And do we compile? We compile. Holy goodness. Is this it? Are we here? Okay, now we're not done, okay, because we have to go back and fix that other thing. But let's just say we disconnected. Can we play our game? Let's save everything just in case, because we could also crash our game. Moment of truth. After 3 days. Here we go. Everybody ready? I have total faith, right? It's doing something. I hear something. Oh my goodness. Oh, we definitely hit something. Check PC. Aim with player controller. Okay, for a moment. Okay. I think we are probably going to crash, which is a good thing why we saved everything. But you saw the character spawn. We're close. What is this that we're dying on? Ability task. Wait for interactable targets. Okay. All right, so let's go back to Perforce. And where is this file? This file is in interaction tasks, ability tasks. So Lyra starter game, interaction tasks, ability task. So let's take a look at this. We want to diff against the version before. What is the difference here? Diff against. Diff. Alright, so let's see here. U primitive component. We don't even reference that anymore, and U gameplay ability is also not there. But do we need them? I don't even know if we need them. Let's check the CPP file. Struct F interaction query. Oh, look at this. I had put in a check to, okay, we need to compile one more time. All right, we may. I had put in a check because this caused an error. It was causing a crash as a result of some of the interaction stuff I put in. And we just need to add that back in. Okay, so that's it, line, don't know the line, we'll figure it out. So we're gonna have to crash this basically, because I don't think we're gonna be able to get around this. Yeah, I don't. Maybe if there's 6 characters, it'll stop. No. All right, so we're gonna have to kill it. All right, and then all we need to do is cancel. All we need to do is update the CPP file to have in here. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Check CPP. Wait a minute. What did I change? Check CPP. Oh, before check CPP, I put in the if statement because for some reason check CPP didn't return. Server and launching client only. So we save this, we go. Okay, I know that these streams are only supposed to be an hour, but 0 succeeded. What? What failed? Lyra editor. Oh, it's because we have the other editor open still. Ah. Okay, we gotta find a way to have two editors open at the same time. This should be wrapping up here. Oh, I hate it when it does that. Okay. This is D. This is wait a minute, which one is this? Show in folder view. Go in Explorer. I want to make sure this is the C drive. Yes, it is. So let's close this one. We're not going to save it. We can keep the project open so we can relaunch it when we're ready. There we go. Now we're building again. Okay, cool. I apologize we're not having more visual fun this evening, you all, but in general, every now and then we have to do one of these fun kind of C++ chase it thing, right? Just not a lot, just not a way around it. But hopefully we can, if this works, we will be back up and running in 5.1 after, like I said, 3 days of fun. And then starting on Wednesday morning, we should be able to get back into our AI, the pathing, starting to set up our balancing, basically get back on track, trying to get our enemies and combat to be fun, which should be cool. And thank goodness our build times are way better than they were. So here we are, we're back in engine again, which is fantastic. Okay, and whoops. Let's see if we press play, if we're there. I'm gonna wait for everything to load. Here we go, another moment of truth. Ooh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's at least a problem. Oh, there's definitely a problem. Okay, but it works. I mean, it works. We are not back to parity yet. That is for sure. And I believe what are these guys doing? Okay, there we go. Our texture's just loaded. Okay, what this looks like is they are just randomly running to different locations because they are in search and destroy mode. But they're not picking me up as an... There's a couple things weird here. They're not picking me up as an enemy. I think that might be it. It's almost like we lost some of the work we had done with teams. So actually we can debug a little bit more. This is the usual error that I get when we stop, but we're still rolling. Okay, so what we need to do is if we look at our spawn point, our spawn points are still the same. I'm only gonna spawn one enemy though. And what team am I on? I'm on team 0, I should be. So when I play, oh, yeah, play an editor. That's fine. Okay, so when I play, the enemy, all right, they are not chasing me, okay? Now, the cool thing is, because we only have one, we can see what they're doing in their behavior tree now. If we take a look, actually, brain component, BDA, HWT. Okay, so it looks like it's running the right behavior tree, which is cool. So let's just back up a little bit here. If we go to our underbar behavior trees, what's it doing? It's thinking very hard about this filter. It doesn't like what I did. I literally just typed in a search in the search bar and... Okay, so that's the other thing that's gonna be fun, learning all the ins and outs of Unreal 5.1. So I don't know, I'm not as familiar with 5.1 as far as where crashes happen or things like that. So let's just get a couple things open here. I want our enemy fight, and I want patrol and flee. Let's just open up all our behavior trees so that we can debug all of them. We'll go for a little bit longer. Jump still works. Okay, so now let's take a look at what this dude's doing. All right, we are in the behavior tree, and right now, should flee. Oh, no, patrol. They're in patrol, and the reason they're in patrol is because detecting enemy is not finding an enemy, is my guess. Let's take a look at our strategized blueprint. Okay, if we just come in here, we're gonna strategize. Are we using a strategy override? We are. We're going to go in there, we're going to do all this stuff. We're going to set our, okay, so it's not the strategize that's doing it. And this has got to be detecting enemy stuff. Something changed with our teams. AI perception, detect enemy. This is perceive enemy. This is AI perception for the enemy. Get all enemies around the querier. So let's take a look at this EQS real quick. So this EQS, get all enemy. My guess is if we do a debug on this, let's put a breakpoint here. What's going to happen is we should hit this breakpoint. We do. All right, let's step through this. So we're going to get all the actors that are Lyra characters. There's 2 of them. Okay, and then we come in here. The first one is Be Hero Sugar Mankin C1. Which one is this that we're... Oh, I didn't press the thing before, so that's fine. So it's gonna check to see if they're on different teams. They're not. The second one... So basically, they are never returning different teams. Basically, that's the problem. So something changed in our team subsystem, maybe, that we need to go back and find, because we're basically never hitting this breakpoint. Yeah. So it thinks we're on the same team. And so either I am spawning on the wrong team. Okay, let's try that. One thing we could do, let's change the spawn team for the other character, just to confirm our theory. So we're gonna spawn the team ID of 11. Let's just go with that. Oh, there we go. That's it. That's totally it. So she is now going to come after me. Excellent. She's on the black team. All right, so if we go, it's actually like a super deep red. I don't know what color team 2 is. Let's try team 2. All right, y'all, I think we're there. I think we're back to where we were. 6 enemies starting. They're all blue. This red burst blue. They're all moving into position. Dude, we're back. We're back. Okay, I'm gonna call that a win for the evening. So let's go ahead and do a wrap up. All right. Basically what I'm gonna do between now and the next stream is I'm gonna chase down that last bug. And then once I have that chase down, I'll probably figure out why my team has changed. I just want to go through for my own sanity's sake and get a better understanding of what's going on there. I'll share that back when we kick off the next stream. But so what should be happening then on Wednesday is we should be right back to where we were. And where we were before we started this whole 5.1 upgrade was we were trying to figure out why some of our enemies are dumb in their pathing decisions. And I'm hoping to try to figure out a way to visualize the path that they're choosing. And so we'll recap all that when we get back into that. Before I take off for the evening, thank you everybody for rolling in tonight. It was awesome. Does anybody have any last minute questions that they want me to address before we take off for the evening? And if it is something that's pretty, a bigger, broader question, we may kick it to Wednesday and start off the stream Wednesday with that question. But if anybody had any last minute things, quick things that they wanted to chat about before we took off, just let me know and we can take care of that. Can I use UE Mass AI for your game? I'm not actually familiar with what UE Mass AI is, so I would actually have to do some research. But I mean, I would think that the answer is yes. I can do whatever we want. Death Code, you know what? I don't have a book recommendation, but I know this is gonna sound crazy. Well, I guess it depends on what kind of learner you are. And I'm assuming that yeah, exactly. I'm assuming you meant for C++. If you're the type of learner who needs to read the book, understand all of this stuff so you can wrap your head around it, I don't actually have to have a book. You'd probably just pick up learning C++ with Unreal or something like that. But actually, you know what I found that was super helpful for me was there's Udemy classes. I took a Udemy class, I think it was like $12, and the instructor basically walked through setting up step by step, writing all the code, everything. And it was much more hands-on. And for me, I learned more doing that than I would have picking up a C++ book, a C++ Unreal book for beginners. I'll have to check to see which class that was. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Which one was it? Udemy. It was, Introduction to the Unreal Engine 4 Ability System. Like I said, it was a Udemy class. And it also helped me wrap my head around the Unreal 4 ability system as well, just because that's kind of crazy. Hot Sauce. It's the new AI system for NPCs. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'll check it out and see what it is and what it does. Just so everybody understands, I think I'm part of the goal of getting to a working prototype is not necessarily to solve all of the how I'm going to be building assets and systems and things like that. Part of it is making sure I have a proper understanding of all of the steps to get there, right? So we're spending a little bit more time in each of these steps, but a large part of that is because I'm learning a ton and I love learning stuff. And so where we are right now is we're just getting the enemies so they're just not offensive right now, like that they're at least somewhat okay. And I'm learning a lot about AI and behavior trees and everything along the way. But once we get to a point where that's kind of working, then the next goal is to get a couple of our first levels done. Then we need to get a launcher, a client built. Then once we have our client built, we need to deploy our servers. And then hopefully we will have these evening sessions will be all of us playtesting this game together, which will be just wild. It'll be fun to do. Once I get to a point where, we're playtesting, at that point, I'm going to take a step back and probably go the route that Antius and crew are doing as far as, proper development schedules and things like that. And some of these things like new AI systems, I actually have concepts for characters and things like that we can start building. Am I going to gut the Lyra stuff entirely and start, again, just rebuilding? A lot of those questions are going to kind of come to a head once we get to that point. But I want to get to a point where working prototype means we are all playing together, and I've learned a boat ton along the way as we try to get to that goal. So I'm not locked into any one way. If you all have ideas or better suggestions on how to do things, I'm all in. That's great. Because I think combined with the speed at which Unreal is being developed and AI updates, there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff out there. And I'm guessing actually that machine learning is going to be a big part of how the AIs I want for my game to work is going to be. So we're probably going to be digging into machine learning at some point. Cool. Great update, Deathcode. All right, y'all. Good luck with all the stuff you're building. Also, I hope you all have a great start to your week. For anybody that's interested, the next stream will be Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. And we should hopefully be picking up where we left off and trying to figure out how to not to make our AIs totally offensively stupid. All right. Have a great night, everybody.